Hello again. I'm here to give my comments about the accidental shooting in Tulsa County, Oklahoma, where Reserve Deputy Robert Bates says he accidentally shot his gun instead of the taser and wound up killing Eric Harris. I'm just outraged at what I've been hearing in this case. I was outraged when I saw the initial video of Eric Harris being shot, and these bully deputies kneeing on him and swearing at him, belittling him. I was outraged at that, and I did a video the other day about that. But now the story is probably because of the outrage of the abuse that Eric Harris received. Even though he's a criminal, the penalty for being a criminal isn't execution. He was executed. So let me say that that today the story has come out where these bully cops with the bad language and the abuse they showed towards him didn't know that he was shot. They didn't hear the gun go off. They didn't know. That's why they were abusing him, because they didn't know he was shot. He's just a criminal, so we can abuse him as long as he's not shot. But we all know that they had to have heard the gunshot. You know, Eric Harris said it a couple times that he was shot. Like, hey, you shot me, you shot me. He said it at least a couple times. They must have heard that. Also, Robert Bates, the reserve sheriff deputy, he also said, oh, I shot him, I'm sorry. And then the gun fell down, or he threw it down. We see that in the video. So they didn't see a gun fall down, they didn't hear a gunshot, and then they're right there, right next to it. That's what they're saying. We know that they heard it. And they didn't hear Eric Harris say, you shot me, you shot me. They didn't hear Robert Bates say, oh, I'm sorry, I shot him. But they did answer him, though, didn't they? They answered him. The one deputy said, after Eric Harris said, hey, you shot me, you shot me. I didn't do shit. And the one deputy says, well, you ran. So he answered him. So how could he have answered him if he didn't hear him? Doesn't make sense. No, these guys are trained witnesses. Most cops are. They're trained witnesses. So if they make a mistake, they always think, okay, how can I change the story around to make it fit for me? You know, to help me out the best possible way. So they probably had a few days to think about it, and with all the publicity about their bad language and their abusive tactics, it's like they probably all got together. It's like, let's see, how can we fix this? Because it's on video, we can't hide that. We look like a bunch of jerks on a video. Well, you actually are a bunch of jerks. But it's like, you don't want to look like a jerk, so okay, what can we do? And someone had a bright idea, probably, hey, just say you didn't hear it. There's some kind of a technical word they got. Again, first they had a technical word for Robert Bates. When he made a mistake under the pressure, under the excitement, he made a mistake and grabbed the wrong gun, supposedly. They had a technical word for that. And I didn't write it down. And now they've got another technical word that some, I believe, a psychologist said that under pressure or under excitement, that they might not have heard a gunshot, even though it's right there, right next to them. They didn't hear it. They think the American public is absolutely stupid. That's the problem here. They think they're above everybody. They're smarter than everybody. And even the video you watched, you don't know what you're watching. That's the problem with these guys. It's like we saw the video and we don't know what we're seeing. They know better than us. So they're going to change it around and make it work for them. It doesn't work that way. You guys are a bunch of bullies, and I hope that prosecutor's got some balls in that county and starts charging these other criminals with some sort of offense, because I know there had to be laws broken in that video. Well, first we know Eric Harris broke some laws by attempting to sell guns. He was a criminal. I agree with that. But the penalty for being a criminal or selling guns is not execution on the spot. They're the judge, jury, and executioner. And these are the type of stories that really aggravate me. The police are only supposed to pick up the criminals by the right protocol, and it's to treat them with respect. You grab them, you put them in a police car. You don't have to beat on them or swear at them or steal his things, which happens sometimes. You grab them, put them in a police car, take them to jail. The judge decides what to do with them. You don't decide what to do with them as a cop. That's where the problem is. That the cops think that they're the judge, jury, and executioner. Now, what I got to say about these deputies, in fact, they released the names today. I got the names here. I'm going to read them off to you. Deputy Michael Huckabee is the one kneeling on the guy's head after he was shot. And Deputy Joseph Byers is the one with the dirty mouth. They probably both have the dirty mouth, but it's hard to tell who said who. But Deputy Byers was one of the officers that had the dirty mouth, and Michael Huckabee was the one kneeling on him with the big tattoo on his arm. He's a big tough guy. And he's gonna flex his muscles and show these criminals. And Sheriff Glantz, who is the winner of all of them, is the one sticking up. Stanley Glantz. Sheriff Stanley Glantz. That's their boss. He's the sheriff that took the donations from Robert Bates. I think it was $2,500 for the election of Stanley Glantz. And he's still sticking up for these guys. With all that we've seen on the video, he's still sticking up for them. I hope you people in Tulsa County do not vote for this guy next time. Don't give him your money and don't vote for him, because he thinks you guys are stupid with the stuff that he's putting out in the media. He thinks you're stupid. So show him how stupid you are and make sure you don't vote for him next time. You know, that's a problem, and if this stuff keeps up, we're going to start to see a civil war break out. I'm sure of that. Sooner or later. In fact, we've already seen a couple cops get shot over the past abuses. You know, there's people are outraged, and a couple innocent cops probably lost their life. Then there was another story about the protesters on the Brooklyn Bridge. So I think there's going to be some trouble in the future if this doesn't come to a screeching halt. This abuses that we're seeing in the news lately. You know. So that's it for today. I just had to get my 2 cents in. Thanks again for watching, as always. Okay, and hopefully this camera will shut off right away this time. It's got a small button and it doesn't shut off very good. So thanks again for watching.